What's going on, everybody? I'm Chris Breitzemeter here on the call of West Virginia University against Central Michigan hockey today. I am alongside Quinn Kuski taking over color today. How are we doing, Quinn?
Doing well. Yes, I think we're going to have some good hockey tonight, a little late night Friday action.
Yeah, nothing wrong with a little late night Friday hockey action here in Morgantown. What do you think the boys are going to have to do today to carry out a good game and get a win?
Well, they're playing a fast team with Central Michigan, so they're going to be the slower team on the ice, and they're not a slow team by any means, but there's a slight speed advantage going the other way, so you got to play them physically. These fast guys don't like to get hit.
As the Mountaineers win the puck drop here in center ice, Mountaineers push it up back behind Central Michigan's goal. Try wrapping it around and putting it back behind Central Michigan's goalie. Mountaineers here trying to find in the slide, look for a shot, and that's batted aside by Central Michigan. Mountaineers here with the puck behind goal, try to put in the slot again, look for a shot, but they're unable to get it on goal. Central Michigan here now moving into Mountaineer territory, and the referees call an offside.
It's a couple really good opportunities right off the bat there for West Virginia. Evangelista parked himself right in the slot, and he got a couple feeds, one from Delaney, one from Brennan, and a couple really good chances at it, just wasn't able to pot it home, but instantly they put Central Michigan on their heels.
West Virginia with the loss on the face-off in center ice. Central Michigan dumps it towards the West Virginia goalie, who gathers it and dumps it right back behind him to his defender. West Virginia tries to clear into center ice, and they're able to do so, where Central Michigan picks up the puck and then loses it right away. Central Michigan with the puck here in their end. Mountaineers keep it in center ice. Mountaineers moving around the puck here and back in their defensive end, trying to keep the puck away from Central Michigan so far. Mountaineers send a puck through center ice all the way up into Michigan's territory, and Michigan is able to send it back all the way to the West Virginia side. West Virginia gathers it and sends it back down towards Central Michigan's goalie again. Central Michigan here with the puck moving into center ice, trying to get into that West Virginia territory. Looks like we have a trip on the play, but the referees did not call it. Puck here with Central Michigan in center ice. They dump the puck down to West Virginia territory, where West Virginia gathers, and they're moving around the puck behind their net right now, trying to keep it away from Central Michigan. Central Michigan stops the puck before it gets back into center ice, but the Mountaineers quickly grab it and take it in to center ice. Central Michigan cuts it off here, back into Mountaineer territory. Central Michigan with the shot, and a great glove save by the West Virginia goaltender.
That's a great snare by Mackey, but the play that leads to that was Sable was trying to swing one up off the boards there on a pass, and just what the pass wasn't there. You got to hold that, wait for something to develop, because Central Michigan winds up with a really good opportunity off the turnover.
Delaney on the face-off here. He's unable to win it, but he gets the last touch, and West Virginia keeps it.
And that one's up into the arches. Noticed a bit of a lineup change here early for West Virginia from what they've been running. It's been Sable's been playing on the same line as Buckley, and today they got Buckley out there with Shepard and Lane. So a little bit different of a line. Buckley's a bigger, slower guy, and Lane and Shepard are faster guys, probably trying to mix some physicality in with the speed.
West Virginia here with the puck in center ice, moving it up into Central Michigan's territory. They try to cross in front of Central Michigan's goalie. They try to get a shot on goal, and that's wide. Central Michigan keeper is able to bat a shot again to the sides. West Virginia here with the puck at the blue line. They try to put one on net, but he whiffs the shot, and the puck is now in center ice with West Virginia. West Virginia then dumps it back behind Central Michigan's goalie, who picks it up behind and drops it off to his defender. Central Michigan having a tough time trying to get the puck out of their end here. West Virginia's keeping a big pressure up. Central Michigan then dumps it down the ice, and they are able to get it before West Virginia and not let the icing be called. West Virginia here with the puck right in front of us. Gives it up here to Central Michigan. Central Michigan looks for the shot, but it's batted aside quickly and goes all the way to the side of the ice. Central Michigan here with the puck at the blue line. Central Michigan puts it in the slot, and it tries to get a shot on net, and they're unable to do so. West Virginia goaltender bats to the side. Central Michigan here with the puck in West Virginia territory still, moving the puck around up by the blue line. Central Michigan looking for a wrister here on to the West Virginia goaltender, who makes the save.
Central Michigan, they're taking really, really smart shots early. I love that shot up from the point. They went low, far pad on Mackey, and that kicks the rebound right out to the back door. And there was no Mountaineers there. The only player there was a Central Michigan forward. It was just outside of his range.
Both teams moving the puck really well early on here, and we're looking to see a good game so far. West Virginia here trying to get the puck out of their end, but they're unable to do so, and Central Michigan pins them back behind their goal. Central Michigan here with the puck at blue ice. The blue line. They try to put the puck on net, and it's batted aside. Central Michigan moving the puck around blue line here. They try to put a wrister on net, and they're unable to do so.
Same shot right there, low far pad.
A couple great West Virginia goaltender saves there. West Virginia is moving it up into Central Michigan's territory. Central Michigan is able to steal the puck and move it right back into center ice. Central Michigan still with the puck here in center ice, moving it into West Virginia territory. Central Michigan here with some great moves, and they try to get one on the West Virginia goal, but it's an awkward angle. West Virginia defenders here with the puck right behind their own keeper. West Virginia looking for an outlet pass into center ice. Unable to connect, and Central Michigan takes the puck. West Virginia quickly gets it back and puts it into Central Michigan's end of the ice, and they lose it to the Central Michigan defenders. Central Michigan now in West Virginia territory.
See that speed of Central Michigan right there, just winning that race to the puck.
West Virginia now with the puck, trying to get into center ice. They're cut off at the blue line by Central Michigan defenders. West Virginia again trying to get it out. They're able to get into center ice, where they're now pushing with a 3-on-3 push for the West Virginia Mountaineers. Mountaineers looking to get into the slot, but a defender for Central Michigan comes across, takes the puck, and now it's a 3v3 back the other way for Central Michigan, which is quickly cut off by a West Virginia defender off of a bad Central Michigan pass. West Virginia here with puck in the center ice, They dump it in back behind the Central Michigan goaltender. Central Michigan and West Virginia fighting for the puck along the boards here. West Virginia ends up coming out with it, but they have a bad pass back to the defender by the blue line, and it goes all the way back towards the West Virginia goaltender. Central Michigan cuts it off with the bad pass by the West Virginia goaltender, tries to put it on the goal, and it's unable to do so. Central Michigan with the puck here behind West Virginia goaltender. Central Michigan here with the puck at the blue line, trying to keep it in West Virginia territory. West Virginia pushed very well, and they were able to get it back up into center ice. West Virginia here with the shot in the slot, but he does not decide to take the shot. Brings it around the defender, but is unable to get the shot off for the whole time. Little tricky play there by West Virginia, trying to get the tricky shot off, but he's unable to do so. And the refs have their hands up for an icing.
Central Michigan almost won that icing race right there. I mean, he started a good 4 or 5 strides behind both West Virginia players and finished about 1 stride behind. So that's scary right there. Mackey earlier had a bit of a scary play himself, went to pass one up and put it right to the tape of Central Michigan. It's one of my favorite things to say is he flurried it. Marc-Andre Fleury used to pull that all the time when he was in Pittsburgh.
Mackey there almost giving up a pass in front of the West Virginia goal, but he doesn't, as the West Virginia defenders save him here. West Virginia with the puck in Central Michigan's zone. They try to put it into the slot, and they're unable to do so. Central Michigan here with in center ice moving it out. West Virginia quickly cuts them off. Sorry, Quinn, what's that?
Yeah, that's the 3rd trip that I've seen that wasn't called. It'll be interesting to see what it takes to draw one here.
Yeah, the refs keeping it easy on blowing the whistle tonight, looks like so far, as West Virginia moves back into Central Michigan territory. They look for the shot, and that's a great stick save by the Central Michigan goalie, who puts it out of play.
It's a great redirect. West Virginia was going for the same shot that Central Michigan was going for earlier, low far pad. If you looked there as I believe it was Shepard was coming down the wing, he had Sable to the other side, but there was a defender between them. So his play, he was going to try to shoot it low off the goalie's pad and pop it right back out to Sable for the wide open backdoor shot. And it was a great redirect by the Central Michigan goalie to use his stick to put it up into the netting.
Face off here in front of the Central Michigan goalie, where West Virginia wins. West Virginia looks for the quick wrister, and they're unable to get it on goal. Central Michigan with the puck here, trying to get into center ice, where it's cut off quickly by the Mountaineer attackers. Both teams still fighting for the puck all the way up in the Central Michigan territory. West Virginia still on that board, trying to fight for it. Delaney makes a great move to keep the puck and looks for a wrister, where the Central Michigan goaltender is able to grab it in. Central Michigan clears their zone, and now they pick up the puck in center ice. West Virginia quickly again gets the puck back in center ice and dips it down behind the Central Michigan goaltender. West Virginia with the puck here, looks for a wrister from the blue line, tries to get a redirect, and that's off the net. West Virginia looks to regroup as Delaney sends it all the way back to the West Virginia goalkeeper, and they try to restart.
There's been some sloppy play here early from both sides. I mean, it kind of cancels out because it's been both ways, but you don't want to see that.
As a Central Michigan attacker tries to get a turning shot on West Virginia and is unable to get it on net. West Virginia with the puck here in their zone. They're getting very highly pressured by Central Michigan, who takes the puck and tries to put it on net. And there's great looking glove save by West Virginia there. That looks to be going in the upper 90s. Central Michigan with the puck here at the blue line. They put a wrister on net, and West Virginia goaltender covers it.
I know I keep talking about Central Michigan's speed, but it keeps showing up. And you see it with that forecheck there. West Virginia couldn't get any separation. They couldn't get away from the forecheck, and it was just hassle and harass until they gained possession and got a really good chance. But stone cold, Mackey made the save.
West Virginia looking a little sloppy in their end, trying to clear it out. They're able to get into center ice, and now the forecheck's trying to push up. Central Michigan dumps it all the way back to behind Mackey, and West Virginia tries to pick it up. Central Michigan's able to beat them there and grab it. West Virginia is able then to put it back into center ice, where Central Michigan cuts it off. West Virginia regrouping behind Mackey here. West Virginia in center ice now looking for the 2v2 push. They dump it back behind Central Michigan's goalie, and the referees call a very close offsides. Oh, excuse me, icing.
Yeah, and it is icing, and that was Buckley that iced it. I mean, he's the captain of the team. He's been here a while. He knows what he's doing. You got to know you're not across that red line yet. And honestly, in a 2-on-2 there, and you're catching him in transition, don't go for the dump and chase. Lug that. You got a 2-on-2, pass it around, get some space.
West Virginia on the face-off win here. They move it back into center ice. West Virginia with a quick pass up to the blue line. They get into Central Michigan's territory. Try to lob one on the net, but it just goes wide and goes behind the Central Michigan goaltender. West Virginia with the dump from center ice back into Central Michigan's territory. West Virginia moving into Central Michigan's territory again here, and they're called for an offsides.
I mean, it's just the sloppy play continues. I mean, you got offsides, you got icings, and players are taking shots from angles that coaches are not going to be happy about you taking the shots from. You saw the Buckley shot there, took it from way outside and wound up missing the net entirely, and you just pass that puck around, work to a scoring area.
Yeah, you always like when a team's putting up shots, but if they're not quality shots, it doesn't always look as good as it sounds. Central Michigan here, moving the puck back into center ice. West Virginia cuts it off and sends it back at Central Michigan's goaltender. West Virginia cutting off a long clearance out of the Central Michigan defensive zone, and they put it back into center ice, and we have a stoppage of play here by the referees.
That's a hand pass right there. West Virginia, one of the forwards there tried to glove it down. I didn't catch who, but West Virginia was the very next team to touch it. Different player, you can't do it. Faceoff will come all the way back to their defensive zone now.
Another interesting sloppy play there, as Quinn has been saying lately. West Virginia's got to clean it up. A couple unfortunate calls by the refs, and here we go. Face-off won by Central Michigan. West Virginia then picks it up quickly and moves it into center ice. West Virginia then dumps it into the Central Michigan zone, and they try to collect it back behind the Central Michigan goaltender. They're able to do so, and they try to swing it back around the other side of the Central Michigan goaltender, and they lose possession of the puck. West Virginia tries to keep it in at the blue line, but Central Michigan now with a 2v1 on West Virginia, and the Central Michigan player gets a lucky little grab from behind him, tries to put it on net, but it was a good pad save by West Virginia's goaltender.
I was just about to say it was good defense from West Virginia, and then somehow Central Michigan got it anyway.
Yeah, he reached back behind, was able to grab it as West Virginia takes a shot on net and is batted aside. Central Michigan moving in into center ice now. West Virginia quickly cuts it off, and they bring it back towards Mackey to regain possession and try to get a new shot at the Central Michigan's attack. Central Michigan now on a little breakaway here, but it's a great defensive play by the West Virginia to cut him off at the blue line and make it so he lost the puck. Central Michigan here with the cutoff right in front of us. West Virginia taking their time trying to get the puck up the ice. They're being pressured big time by Central Michigan. Central Michigan trying to get that puck back into West Virginia territory. They do so, but West Virginia quickly cuts her off.
I've counted 5 penalties now that haven't been called, by the way.
Referees seem to not want to call anything today.
I got 3 trips, a hook, and a hold so far. And it's not just on Central Michigan, both ways. West Virginia's had 2 trips, and the hook and the other trip and the hold were on Central Michigan.
These referees like a physical game, I guess we see, but once the trips start coming in, it's not much of a physical game more than anything else. Central Michigan in the slot here looking for the shot, and they get it on, but Mackey's able to get the puck in his stomach and wrap it up.
Yeah, I'm not sure that Central Michigan got all of that shot. It came in pretty weak, and just from the reaction of the Central Michigan defender that took it, I don't think that he got all of what he wanted on that one.
That last breakaway for Central Michigan, a dangerous one. They were able to get the shot on, but great save by Mackey. West Virginia stealing the winning face-off puck.
That's the second play in a row they've done that. Last face-off down here, it was Sable that picked it off. This time it was Brennan. You got to think that's something they worked on in practice because they're stealing the Central Michigan face-off wins.
Yeah, they're catching that Central Michigan face-off win off guard and taking the puck and getting a good momentum up the ice. As Central Michigan moves it back behind their goalie here, and the referees call another dead puck.
I think we might finally have a penalty in this one. It's going against West Virginia, too.
Interesting, the referees decided to blow their whistle now. 8:43 left in the first period of this 0-0 tie game between West Virginia Mountaineers and Central Michigan.
That's a weak call, too. We went with a boarding call there, and after all the things, or maybe that was roughing, but one way or the other, I mean, I saw the hit down there, and it didn't look any more egregious, if anything less than what I've seen already in this game.
Central Michigan with the puck here at the blue line. They look to put it on the left side of the ice. They put it back towards Mackey, but Mackey with a great grab out of the air and puts it down towards the ice for the dead puck.
That's great rebound control there by Mackey. That's a good chance for Central Michigan if that puck bounces around because you're going to have defenders and forwards right in front of Mackey, one trying to swat it away, one trying to swat it in, and you don't know which way that puck's going to go.
Central Michigan with another face-off win in the Mountaineer territory. Slowly moving it around on this power play, trying to get a good shot on the net, which they do, but Mackey with another great stick save and pushes it out wide. Central Michigan looking for another shot at the blue line, and they're able to get it, but Mackey with another great save. Almost a dangerous rebound there for Central Michigan. Central Michigan again looking for the shot, puts it across to their left back, and left back looks for the shot, and he's unable to get it on target. Central Michigan here with the puck again at the blue line. West Virginia is unable to clear the puck. They try to do so, and Central Michigan again cuts it off at the blue line. Central Michigan here back behind Mackey, looking for the slot pass, unable to get it on another Central Michigan stick, and they cannot get the shot off. Central Michigan still with the puck here in the West Virginia territory. West Virginia is going to want to clear this soon, and it's going to be a dangerous play here for Central Michigan, which looks like it almost happened, but Central Michigan could not get that puck out of the air and onto the net. Central Michigan still with that puck in the Mountaineer territory. Mountaineers looking to clear, but they cannot get their stick on a bouncing puck here in their end.
There it is.
There it is. We got a great clearance here by West Virginia that's cut off near the Central Michigan blue line.
Yeah, and that cutoff there prevented the Mountaineers from being able to make the full change that they needed, and it's going to happen again here. Collins is still on the ice.
Yeah, great defensive play by Central Michigan there as we have 33 seconds left on this power play for Central Michigan as they move into the Mountaineer territory and the referees call offsides.
And Collins can finally get off the ice. He's been on for a minute and a half now killing that penalty, and sitting back there in that defensive zone killing, it gets exhausting, and your average hockey shift is between 40-45 seconds, so to be on for a minute and a half, that's a long shift. Yeah,
especially when the puck's in your end the whole time too. You're trying to keep it out and make sure no shots get on your keeper there. Central Michigan with the face-off win at center ice. West Virginia tries to clear it, but the Central Michigan player catches it before it leaves the West Virginia zone, being able to keep them from having an offside and get the shot off goal, which Mackey saved.
And that should have been a penalty too there. You can glove it down, but you can't wrap your hand around the puck, and he did that. He caught it and held it and then threw it down. That should have been a call.
Central Michigan here at the blue line. West Virginia cuts it off, is able to get their puck on the stick, and now they clear it up into center ice, where they have a 3-on-3 breakaway here moving into Central Michigan territory. 53 is able to put it down and try to get the shot on Central Michigan's net, and it just goes wide right.
So if you look at what both Belmore and Sable did right there for West Virginia, they had it resting in their glove and laid it down. They never wrapped their hand around it. You can't wrap your hand around the puck.
Central Michigan behind Mackey here, moving it around. West Virginia trying to clear their zone, unable to do so. Central Michigan player tries to get a wrister from the blue line, and he is saved by Mackey.
And Mackey's having a good start to this one, and West Virginia's needed him to be good. When Central Michigan's been set up in the offensive zone, Mountaineers have had a really hard time getting it out of their own end, and that's something that's got to be worked on.
West Virginia here with the face-off win, trying to bring it back around Mackey and keep the puck away from Central Michigan. Puck goes out of bounds off of a Central Michigan stick, and now we have another face-off right in front of Mackey.
They could move it out to center because it went off Central Michigan, but due to the fact that it was a deflection, it will stay in the defensive zone. It should as well.
It's been looking like a more one-sided game lately with Central Michigan putting a bunch of shots on, but that power play is over, and West Virginia is looking to get some of that momentum back as Central Michigan has the puck in their end, but West Virginia quickly cuts it off and tries to find a player in the slot, but they're cut off. West Virginia with the wrister on the Central Michigan net, and it's just as batted wide by the Central Michigan goaltender. West Virginia here with the puck in center ice. They cut off a long clearance by Central Michigan. Central Michigan is able to take it back in center ice as they try to move it over back towards their bench and try to keep the puck and start a brand new possession. Central Michigan tries to put it into the West Virginia zone, but it's cut off by the ref by accident, and West Virginia pushes it back and dumps it back behind Central Michigan's goalminder. West Virginia here tries to put it in the slot, and no one's there to connect and try to get a shot on net.
Yeah, that was a cute pass there from West Virginia, but even the other Mountaineers didn't see it coming, so it doesn't work out when no one knows what's happening.
Central Michigan here picking up the puck from a bad play by the West Virginia defender, and great save by Mackey. Puts a stick out and is unable to let the Central Michigan player get a shot off. Central Michigan still here with the puck behind Mackey, trying to move it around. They get it up to the blue line where nobody is on that defender. Central Michigan defender keeps it in the West Virginia zone, but West Virginia cuts it off and is now in center ice with it, looking to get a strong push into the Central Michigan's offensive zone, and that's cut off. Great play by the Central Michigan right defender there. Central Michigan here now with the puck in Mountaineer territory. Try to dip it into the middle, and they're unable to get a Central Michigan stick on it. Great pickup here by West Virginia. They're pushing into center ice. They have a 2v1 breakaway here. West Virginia looking for the shot, looks for the dekes, and he's unable to get the shot off, but he puts it back into the slot, and they're unable to still get a shot off. Delaney here putting on a shot in the slot, and it still is unable to get on net. West Virginia doing whatever they can to get a shot on net here, but Central Michigan keeping that out.
And number 6 for Central Michigan just saved a goal. He parked himself in the slot and made the save while his netminder was all the way over on the post. And it's a great chance for Delaney and better play from Central Michigan.
Great couple plays there for West Virginia as they look for the shot from the blue line, but it's cut off by the Central Michigan defender. Delaney with the puck here, looking to put it back in the slot. West Virginia looks for the shot and it just goes wide right. West Virginia still with the puck here at the blue line. They look for a shot and it looks to be deflected, but off of a Central Michigan defender, and it goes wide again. West Virginia still with the puck here. West Virginia with the puck here in Central Michigan territory. This possession's looking like the power play possession Central Michigan had. Central Michigan's not able to get their puck out of the system, and they're able to get it now. Central Michigan in center ice, moving it into West Virginia territory. Central Michigan now trying to get back to his player in the middle, but he's unable to do so as Delaney cuts it off. Great play, great defensive play there by Delaney. He's all the way up at the top of the ice, comes back and gets a steal from Central Michigan. West Virginia with time here, looks for the cross ice pass, and he's able to get it on his player, and the player looks for the shot, and it's a great save by Central Michigan goaltender.
Yeah, Lane's got a wrister on him. I mean, he's shown that time and time again. Erie Community College comes to mind. He picked a corner against Erie. He put one right bar down in the top left, and he's got the ability to put them in from just about anywhere in the offensive zone. That's a dangerous guy to give that chance to.
Central Michigan on the face-off win here. They move it around back behind their goaltender and try to get into center ice. They're unable to do so. West Virginia gets the puck back in Central Michigan territory, but Central Michigan again clears it all the way back towards Mackey in the West Virginia territory. Central Michigan here with the puck in West Virginia territory, trying to keep it in from the blue line, and they're able to do so. Central Michigan here with the puck on the right side, left side of Mackey. West Virginia cuts it off, and now they're moving into center ice. They try to dump it all the way up into the Central Michigan territory, but Central Michigan cuts it off, and they're able to clear out the possession. West Virginia takes the puck in center ice, moving it into the Central Michigan territory. Central Michigan with the puck behind their goalminder. Central Michigan here moving it into the West Virginia territory. They look for the wrister from the top of the slot, and great save by Mackey, who is able to cover it up.
Every time Central Michigan gets the puck in their defensive end, they look for a long stretch pass all the way to the opposite blue line. And I don't think it's worked a single time so far. They've been trying to do it for 18 minutes now, and every single time West Virginia picks it off. You got to think that something's going to change when they come out of the intermission.
Central Michigan with the shot off the face-off there, but that's batted down by a West Virginia defender. Central Michigan with the puck right here in front of us, looking to get a pass into the slot. They almost do so as the West Virginia defender comes over and stops that from happening. Central Michigan here in West Virginia territory, looking a little dangerous here for the Mountaineers. They need to clean it up on the defensive end and try to connect some of these passes. Central Michigan here trying to get the puck out of their end. West Virginia here with the steal in the slot. They quickly lose it and dump it back behind the Central Michigan goalie.
Yeah, Sable's another guy that can pick a corner, but he was gassed when he got that puck right there.
Yeah, it almost looked like he didn't want to keep it there, and he wanted to give it off as soon as he could. West Virginia here trying to move into the center ice, but Central Michigan cuts it off. Central Michigan here with the puck behind Mackey. West Virginia cuts it off, and they move it out to the right side of the ice where they try to get it out into center ice, and now they're on a 1v1 breakaway here. West Virginia Mountaineers, they look for the wrist shot, and it's a great glove save by the Central Michigan goaltender, who then covers the puck.
Central Michigan seems to me, they're the kind of team, they have a set game plan, and they're going to force that game plan until it works. They got a long stretch pass out of the defensive zone. They're going to skate down the ice and try to pass one into the slot, and they're doing it every time. West Virginia's picking it off over and over again, and they're still trying to force it. And the thing is, if that force gets through, it's going to be a goal, and it'll be 1-0 right now, Central Michigan.
Central Michigan here with this 1v0 breakaway. Great save by Mackey, who corrals it in his chest again, and the puck doesn't even move.
And you know, Mackey gave him a little chirp there. Dude skated right up to him after getting robbed on the breakaway, and Mackey probably had a little something to say.
For 1 second, there's a face-off almost down to the other end of the ice, and the next second, we got a player with a 1v1 goalie versus player breakaway, and he almost scores there. Great play by Mackey, who's able to keep the puck out. Central Michigan on the face-off win. West Virginia takes it away and moves it into center ice. West Virginia with the wrister on the left side onto the Central Michigan goal. West Virginia here trying to keep it in Central Michigan's territory. Central Michigan here trying to get it out of their end, and we have the end of the first period here in Morgantown. We have a 0-0 tie between Central Michigan and your West Virginia University Mountaineers. I'm Chris Brightsmeter aside Quinn Kuski, and we will be back for the second period. We're back here for the second period. Sorry for the delay. I'm Chris Breitzemeter on the call, alongside Quinn Kuski on the color commentating today for the second period. West Virginia here with the puck in their end, trying to clear it up into center ice. West Virginia here dumping it back into Central Michigan's territory, but they quickly get it back into center ice.
Watch out.
And West Virginia's player gets hit in the face on the sideline, it looks like. That did not look good.
And just fire it right into your bench. I'm sure everything will be fine. Maybe he had a problem with coach, something coach said in the locker room. You know, he's trying to take him out real quick. Who knows?
I'm seeing some players smiling right now, so don't think it went as badly as it could, but that did not look good at all.
Probably a bit of friendly ribbing for, almost taking out one of your teammates.
Clock is still running here. We're getting some people trying to yell at them to turn it off. We got a good 20-second runoff there at least.
It's still going. How have we still not fixed it? It's been a common issue all year long, clock issues. It's still going.
I mean, there's a ref sitting right at the glass talking to the guy in there, so there it goes.
Hey!
27. That's a good 30-second runoff there.
It was more than that.
We'll take it if West Virginia's winning, but we got a 0-0 game here, and we need all the time we can get.
Just turn it off. Here we go. Endless hockey. Let's go. It's beer league now. We don't need a clock.
First goal wins. It's fine with me.
I say we do it backyard style, first to 5. Let's play. We don't need intermissions, no clocks, no Zambonis. First to 5. Keep track on your bench. You lose track, you start over.
Sorry for the delay here at the beginning of the period. They were getting a little ahead of us here, but now we're back. We got 19 minutes in the period.
19:10? We got 19:10 on the broadcast, so we had a 40-second runoff of the clock there, so we'll see. Hey, 19:10. We're dead on up here. That's what we do. We're professionals.
19:10 left in the second period of West Virginia University against Central Michigan. 0-0 game here as West Virginia wins the faceoff. West Virginia goaltender tries to wrap it back around his net.
Mackey's playing a dangerous game. He's liking to come out and handle it right now.
A couple dangerous passes there for Mackey in the first period too. He is indeed playing a dangerous game. That's West Virginia here with the puck in center ice, pushing it into Central Michigan's territory. Central Michigan, a goalkeeper here, picking up the puck and dropping it right dangerously off to his defender, who is able to get it to his other teammate. Central Michigan here with the puck in center ice, trying to get into West Virginia territory, but West Virginia defenders cut it off, and then Central Michigan quickly gets it back and tries to put it in the slot, but they're unable to see that and get a shot off on a West Virginia goalie. West Virginia here with the dump back behind Central Michigan's goaltender again, and he lays it off for his defender. West Virginia is able to keep the puck in Central Michigan's territory. They try to get the shot on, but it's a whiff right away. Central Michigan here with a 1v1 breakaway all of a sudden. He looks to get the shot, and the West Virginia defender comes back, and that's a great turnaround shot for Central Michigan there, who gets the goal in the slot in the bottom left corner.
Sometimes you just got to tuck it in. It's not even really a shot, he just tucked it. Mackey wasn't ready for it, spun right around the defenseman, right down low. It's a great placement on that shot. Power doesn't matter if you place it well.
Absolutely, and West Virginia defender did well getting back. He just got back, but Central Michigan's offensive player was able to get an interesting turnaround shot and just puts it right past the right blocker of Mackey. Central Michigan here with the 1-0 lead in the second period with 18 minutes to go. They dump the puck over all the way to Mackey, who lays it off for his defender.
I think Mackey was watching some Mike Smith highlights. He's playing the puck a lot. He's enjoying handling it.
West Virginia here moving the puck into center ice. Looks like they have a little push going here, a 3-on-2 break. Central Michigan gets that third defender back, a 3-on-3 break here as West Virginia tries to put it in the slot. Ends up getting it by the blue line. They put a shot on and it's unable to get onto the net. West Virginia with the puck here right in front of us. Puts it into the slot again. There's no one there on the other end of the pass. Central Michigan with trying to keep the puck all the way back behind Mackey. They try to get a backhand shot on net, but it goes wide. Central Michigan here cutting off the puck before it crosses the blue line. West Virginia quickly gets to it and has the puck into center ice, where it is cut off by the Central Michigan defender.
I just want to know where the urgency is for West Virginia. Here's another good chance, and I don't see the hustle. Is Central Michigan able to win the race for that icing? We had the turnover right at the blue line, could have led to a 2-on-1 break, no hustle, and they just wind up dumping it and getting nothing out of it. Now you've iced the puck, and you've already got tired legs on the ice because Sable just tried to win that race, and he's gassed now, so not a good place to be in if you're West Virginia, already trailing by 1 too.
16:56 here left in this second period of the Mountaineers game against Central Michigan here, as the refs call back that face-off in front of Mackey and try to run it back and get another one.
I also think we've already had more time of stops play than we had the entire first period in this second.
Yeah, it's very interesting. We have had a couple long periods here, but there's not been many penalties. Just a lot of stoppages of play as West Virginia wins that face-off. Central Michigan cuts it off here and is in the slot, trying to put it a goal, and they are able to, as they put the shot in the top right corner from the slot. Out of nowhere, Central Michigan steals the puck and gets another shot on goal.
You could feel it coming right off that icing. I thought we were going to see a timeout for West Virginia. All the players on the ice were exhausted. Central Michigan took it, gained possession, and just outworked the tired Mountaineers, and they're able to make it 2-0.
West Virginia looked like they might have even had that puck out, and it would have been pretty good if they could have kept it from being an icing and maybe got on a line change, but instead Central Michigan turns a great opportunity into a goal there. And now we have a 2-0 lead for Central Michigan as West Virginia tries to push it up into the Central Michigan territory. West Virginia with the puck here, right in front of us, trying to get it into the slot. Unable to do so, and West Virginia meets the Central Michigan player out by the boards. Central Michigan with the puck, trying to keep it in front of their goalie as they try to push it up into center ice. West Virginia with the puck here, dumps it back into the Central Michigan territory. Central Michigan moving around the puck here, trying to regain a good possession to move it up into center ice with. Central Michigan moving it in to the offensive territory of West Virginia. They look for the shot, and that's a good save by Mackey, who puts it out wide. Central Michigan with the wrister from the blue line here, and they look to put it back on goal. Mackey's trying to keep it out here, and he's able to do so, but it's right in front of him, and he covers it up for the dead puck.
If you're West Virginia on offense here, you know you're the slower team. Central Michigan's been outworking you all game. The dump and chase isn't going to work. You're going to lose the race to the puck, and it's just going to exit the zone again, and you're not even going to get a chance. You've got to pass the puck around at neutral ice, find the lane, and enter the zone that way. Lug it into the zone. Don't try the dump and chase. It's not going to work.
Mackey with the face-off right in front of him here. Central Michigan looks to have won that face-off, but West Virginia again comes in and steals the puck. West Virginia now pushing it back behind the Central Michigan goalkeeper. They're able to get the puck back, and now they try to win the possession right behind Central Michigan's goaltender. West Virginia with the puck here. They look to get the puck at the blue line. They're able to do so. Try to get the puck on net, and it is cut off by a Central Michigan defender's stick. West Virginia still keeps the puck here in Central Michigan zone. It's cleared out into center ice where West Virginia gathers the puck again. Central Michigan cuts it off before it's able to get back to center ice. And West Virginia has the puck now in their end. Puck jumping around back and forth here in center ice. Central Michigan ends up with it in West Virginia's territory. West Virginia putting on big pressure here to try to get the puck out. Central Michigan with the shot from the blue line, and Mackey's able to easily cover it up with no problems.
Oh, here we go, yeah. I saw it happen earlier in the play up at center ice. One of the Central Michigan players just skidded up and took out Brennan. And I couldn't believe it wasn't called. It's another one, like, if what we did earlier was called roughing, I don't know how that's not something. But the retaliation's going to come, and we'll see if we get any penalties from it. I don't see anyone being walked to the box, so looks like the refs are just going to let it go. I don't know if they know that they missed the call earlier or what the deal is, but something's got to change.
Interesting approach here from the referees as West Virginia pushes it into center ice after that face-off win. West Virginia dumps it down into the Central Michigan territory through the Central Michigan defender's legs, and they're able to corral it back behind the goaltender. West Virginia working around the puck here. They dump it back behind the goaltender of Central Michigan. West Virginia here with the puck, trying to get it in front of the goal, but they're unable to do so. Central Michigan now with the puck racing into the West Virginia territory. He keeps possession somehow, and he tries to get it into the slot to try to put a shot on, but West Virginia cuts it off. before they get it back into center ice, Central Michigan cuts it off again and is able to keep it in West Virginia's territory. West Virginia here with the puck. Desperately trying to get it out of their zone. They're still unable to do so as Central Michigan keeps that possession there. There it is. Great center ice pass for West Virginia as they have a little bit of a opportunity here. They look to move the puck around. Oh, they try to get into the slot, but they're unable to corral the possession as Central Michigan then shoots it all the way up the ice. It looks like it would be an icing, but Central Michigan gets there first. Mackey is able to corral it and bring it around to his defender, who then keeps the possession and pushes it up. West Virginia then dumps it onto the side of Central Michigan, and a West Virginia player is able to get it before any defenders of Central Michigan get to it first. Central Michigan at center ice here with the puck. Dump it along the side of the ice, but it gets cut off by the West Virginia defender. West Virginia here with a little opportunity, pushing it into Central Michigan's territory. West Virginia with the shot, and that's a great shoulder save from the Central Michigan goalkeeper, who then covers it up.
That's the second real good chance West Virginia's been able to develop really all game, and both situations came from plays at center ice that led to a good zone entry. And it's allowed West Virginia to set plays up out in front and make shots happen. One was the one shot from Delaney that got blocked off, and then that one right there. Just they're starting to figure out how to generate chances against this Central Michigan team.
West Virginia trying to get an opportunity off that face-off, but Central Michigan has easily corrals the possession and restarts it here. West Virginia cuts it off as they try to get out of their zone. Try to get one into the slot, but Central Michigan's defender is there to cut it off. Delaney with the big hit on the board there on the Central Michigan player. That sets the tone a little bit for West Virginia. You'd like to see them be a little more aggressive and try to set the change the tone of this game. Try to get one back. Central Michigan with the puck here in their end. No pressure from West Virginia. 12:26 here left in this period. We have a 2-0 lead from Central Michigan as they go and dump it behind Mackey, and they swing it all the way around the boards to the other side, where their defender then picks it up at the blue line, puts the shot on net, and it goes wide.
If you're West Virginia, you got to see that dump-in play there coming. I mean, there's nobody on that far board. They're going to do that every single time.
Central Michigan in center ice here. Dump it along the blue line, trying to find their player. They almost lose the puck, but they're able to corral it back in center ice. West Virginia pushing into Central Michigan's territory. West Virginia looks for the shot. They push it around, and they try to get it back across the slot. Looks like one too many passes there for the Mountaineers, and they're unable to get that shot on net. Very close goal for the Mountaineers.
Delaney's got to shoot that right there. You want to be the selfless player and get the A on your stat sheet. You got to pull the trigger there. He had an empty net. It's 2-1 if he shoots that puck.
Like you said, he thought it would be even more open on the other side, but I don't think it gets much more open than that one there. Unlucky for Delaney. Tried to get that A, like you said, but ends up ruining the play. Unlucky there for West Virginia.
If you look at how they set that up, they didn't dump and chase. They brought it into the zone via passing, and it's working a lot better when they try that at the line.
West Virginia wins the face-off and now has the puck at the blue line. They move it around to their left player, and there's a great shot from the left wing there of West Virginia, who finds the bottom right corner of the net. Great goal there by West Virginia.
Yeah, the Mountaineer power play, they came out and made it happen. Really, the only reason West Virginia didn't score on that little extra pass there from Delaney was because of a trip from Central Michigan. West Virginia came out on the power play and dished it over to Evangelista, who made no mistakes, and we're 2-1.
Great goal there by the Mountaineers. Seems like they got the goal at the perfect time, a little before 10 minutes left in the second period, and the momentum seems to be ever-changing for the Mountaineers. Central Michigan pushes it deep into the West Virginia territory, and West Virginia tries to clear it out, but the Central Michigan player tries to get a shot on goal, and there looks to be a deflection, but it just sails wide from Mackey. Central Michigan with the puck at the blue line, looks to get a wrister that seems to have been deflected, but it goes wide. Another wrister from Central Michigan onto the net, but that goes wide again. West Virginia pushes up here with a 2v1 break now, and there looks to be a tap from center ice, but it was not called icing by the referees. West Virginia here trying to keep it in this territory, but they're unable to do so. Central Michigan with the pressure up in the defensive territory of the West Virginia Mountaineers. West Virginia in center ice, crossing the blue line into the Central Michigan territory, and they go for the shot, but Central Michigan is able to bat it down and cover it up for the face-off right in front of us.
Yeah, that's not going to go over well. Sable gave the goalie a little snow spray there at the end of right after the whistle, and he met 3 Central Michigan players who weren't too pleased with him, but you tell them you'll take them to the bar after the game, things will be fine.
Face off right in front of us here. Good spot for the Mountaineers to win one and try to get a shot on net. West Virginia with the win here, and they bring the puck back behind the Central Michigan goalkeeper, and he tries to put a awkward
That's a goal. That's a goal.
Quinn, can you please explain what happened there? I can't even begin to talk about what just happened.
Yeah, so Evangelista has the puck there. He just scored one. He's hot. He comes around behind the net and is just picked up right into the roof of the net, right underneath that crossbar. The referee said it crossed. We don't have replays here, so that's a goal.
Great call by the referee there to see the puck barely cross the line and come back out. What a fantastic play there.
That's about as close as you can get to it not counting. I mean, it hit the crossbar and came right back out. My guess would be that puck flipped on end while it was in the goal, and that whole thing crossed. And just like that, we're even. Thanks to Evangelista. He's got a pair now.
Great couple goals there by the Mountaineers. 2-2 game here with 10:35 left. The momentum is changing, and that is on the good side of the Mountaineers here. Delaney wraps around and tries to get the puck back in the Central Michigan territory. He dumps it in, and West Virginia tries to get it back. Momentum seems to be shifting here for the Mountaineers as they have the puck in the Central Michigan territory. Mountaineers all the way on the other side looking for the shot on net. He's able to do so, but it just goes high and goes above the goal. West Virginia at the line here, trying to get another shot on net, and Central Michigan putting the high pressure on them now. West Virginia wrapping it back behind the Central Michigan goal,
I think Evangelista was going to try to do it again.
He was definitely looking for it, and they have the puck in the slot as they put the shot on net, and it just goes up above the left shoulder of the Central Michigan goalkeeper and above the goal.
Yeah, that puck was bouncing on Delaney in the slot. He tried to settle it and just ran out of time and had to let it fly.
Delaney here putting up big pressure on the Central Michigan.
That would have been the hat trick. That would have been the hat trick. That was Evangelista again in the slot. This line right here, Brennan, Delaney, Evangelista, they're clicking, and they need to be getting more minutes right now. They're already getting the most minutes of any line on the team, but they produce.
Delaney working his behind off, keeping extra possessions for the Mountaineers as they look to put it in the slot, and they're unable to do so. Great defense by Central Michigan. Central Michigan here moving around the puck in their zone, but West Virginia quickly cuts it off before they're able to clear it. Central Michigan regathers the puck and brings it back into center ice here.
I don't get how the Mountaineers aren't on a power play right now. It happened right in front of the ref. Collins took a massive slash right to the midsection, and it seemed pretty blatant to me. I could hear it through the headphones up here, so thought for sure we were going to get a Mountaineer power play, but guess not.
Yeah, interesting no call there by the referees. We got a tough line out here for the Mountaineers right now, looking to try to get that third goal to put them out in front. 8:45 here left in the second period. We have a 2-2 tie game here as Central Michigan moves it into the Mountaineer territory.
Something to note, Brennan just came off the ice. He was on for over 2 minutes. That was a really long shift.
Really long shift there, and 2 goals on the shift, so you could say he played a big part in those 2 goals there. Great couple plays by the Mountaineers as they are able to tie it up with 8.5 minutes left in this period.
This doesn't really feel like a game that was 0-0 in the first period. I mean, we got 4 goals on the board now. It's been 4 goals in the last 11.5 minutes of hockey, so it's been busy.
Seems almost as a game of runs, in my opinion. We have both teams making a couple great shots in separate occasions, and we have the puck sailing all the way back towards the Central Michigan goalkeeper, who looks to put up an arm for an offside, but he doesn't get one, and they look to have cleared the puck out of bounds.
I thought they blew it dead for icing there for a second, and I was like, you can't do that. You already waved it off. But
was that a deflection there for the puck to go out, or was that the defender just clearing it out?
One way or the other. It's not a penalty at the NCAA level, so don't have to worry too much about the squabbles with that one in this league.
Face-off won by Central Michigan in front of their goalminder. Still a little dangerous here in their territory. Puck still has not left into center ice, and West Virginia is able to keep it there. They put a shot on net, but the Central Michigan goalkeeper just bats it out wide. West Virginia with the high pressure here in Central Michigan's territory. They're not quite letting that puck leave the territory, and now they have the puck in a dangerous position, and they're not able to put the shot on net. They still are able to cut it off and get another shot on goal, which almost is able to sail in from above the goalkeeper, but he just is able to get his glove on it and put it over. West Virginia with the shot right in front of the netminder of Central Michigan, and that's another great goal there. Unlucky play for the Central Michigan goaltender. He tries to cover it up, but his defender doesn't let him. He tries to clear it out, and West Virginia is able to cut him off every time, get a nice shot on net, and get that third goal for the lead.
I mean, it's hustle plays, and that was my biggest complaint in the first period was the Mountaineers weren't hustling. You start hustling, and look what happens. You score 3 unanswered goals right there. Buckley, Shepard just hustling, getting to loose pucks, ripped it away from the goalie multiple times when he was trying to cover it, and they put the biscuit in the basket, and it's 3-2 West Virginia.
Great momentum shift here for the Mountaineers. They're looking like they want this game more than the other team, absolutely. As they almost get another 4th goal there, and West Virginia is unable to get it, but Central Michigan, great save as he bats it wide. West Virginia will not let Central Michigan take that puck out of the end all the way into the other end of the ice. Excuse me.
Well, West Virginia took it out of their zone there. I mean, Sable blocked his own teammate's shot, and things went downhill in a hurry.
Losing words here as Central Michigan puts a shot on net, but it's a great save by Mackey, who's able to keep it out. A couple players tripping up on the other side of the ice, but we have no penalties there. Clean play by the Mountaineers. Mountaineers here with the puck again as looking on another strong breakaway, but they're unable to get it in front of the goal, and now they fight for the puck back behind the net. The Mountaineers try to put it in the slot, but it's cut off by a Central Michigan defender. Central Michigan now pushing into center ice, trying to get it up into that Mountaineer territory. They shoot the puck from center ice, but Mackey's able to just bat it wide to his defender. West Virginia now with another good-looking breakaway, but Central Michigan's substitutes are able to get there in time before the West Virginia player can pick up the puck. West Virginia playing with a fantastic forecheck, it's looking like right now. They're not letting Central Michigan get past the halfway line half the time. They do now, but Central Michigan now with the puck in the West Virginia territory. Mackey then bats it out back behind his goal where West Virginia picks it up. West Virginia here fighting on the boards with Central Michigan, who picks it up and looks for the shot, but that's batted from the West Virginia defender's stick and it goes out of play.
Yeah, game's definitely slowed down a bit here. I mean, we had those wild 6 or 7 minutes, and after that, both teams seem, I would say both teams are tired. It's been full sprint for the whole beginning of this period, and these guys are waiting on intermission now.
West Virginia was down 2-0 at the 12-minute mark, and now they find themselves up 3-2 at the 6-minute mark. Quite a game-changing 6 minutes, I'd say. Quick shot off the face-off for Central Michigan, and a great glove save by Mackey, who snatches it out of the air.
Well, that was a missile.
You could hear that.
Hey, look, he's already wound up. He wants it again. He said, give me take 2, coach.
Excuse me.
Call my number.
He looked for that shot off the face-off again, but was unable to get it. As West Virginia brings it back down, Delaney here crossing into Central Michigan's territory. He finds the player in the middle, but he looks to take a shot, and that's a broken stick there.
That was Evangelista.
Evangelista looking for that third goal there.
He's mad. That was the lucky stick.
Oh,
that was the one that had 2.
That was the lucky stick, but he quickly grabs a new one off of the bench, and Central Michigan now has the puck in their end. West Virginia with the high forecheck again, cutting off a bad play by Central Michigan, able to keep it in their zone. Central Michigan finally gets it out, but it's cut off again by the West Virginia Mountaineers at the half line. Delaney with the puck, laying it off to his defender. Those West Virginia wings, man, they are hustling. They are winning every puck. They are beating Central Michigan to the puck every time, and they are getting that puck in Central Michigan's territory. Great play by the West Virginia wingers, all of them.
It's the exact opposite story of the first period.
They seem to have gotten some words of wisdom from the coach there in the intermission, but great couple plays here for West Virginia as they try to keep the puck in center ice and away from their territory. Central Michigan now moving it into the West Virginia territory, looking to push it up the left side of the ice, where they then bring it back around Mackey, and Mackey's able to cover it up on an almost dangerous play for Central Michigan.
Well, our camera guy's not too happy about what just happened. I mean, there's some chippy play going on back there. believe a Central Michigan player just wiped out one of the West Virginia defensemen right behind the play.
Yeah, you guys might have had a better view of that than us, honestly. Very big turnaround here in this period for the Mountaineers. 3-goal turnaround in 6 minutes. Between that 12-minute mark and that 6-minute mark, the West Virginia Mountaineers were able to find 3 goals and take that lead back.
Not sure what happened down there, but apparently it was all legal. No one's going to the box, so no rules broken.
I don't know how many rules these refs are able to abide by, but
there are rules?
Calling many this game anyway. Excuse me.
This is street hockey now.
West Virginia here dumping it all the way towards the Central Michigan goalie, who grabs it with his glove and is about to lay it off to his defender, but he decides not to because those West Virginia wingers are not giving him any time.
Yeah, Shepard was flying in there, and probably a smart decision to just hold on to it and let it go to draw, because that probably wouldn't have ended well if he dished it out. Especially
after that last goal, he couldn't even get his glove above it. Face off right here in front of us. Central Michigan with the face-off win here, moving it into center ice and trying to get into the West Virginia territory as they do. Mackey is able to pick up the corral the puck that was bouncing right in front of him and get a dead puck here for a face-off in front of him.
No, that's not as easy as Mackey just made it look. He already had his glove out before that puck even bounced, and it just hopped right into his glove. He knew exactly how high that thing was going to hop.
Yeah, great little catch there, but that's still risky. You know, that thing gives you one weird bounce, and you never know where those things are going.
Remember Martin Brodeur going around behind to play one and took an awkward bounce off a stanchion and went right in.
Sad day for him.
If it can happen to the best of all time, it can happen to anybody.
Absolutely. He was going out to collect that and it just turned and went on net, correct?
Yeah, he was skating around behind, waiting on it to ring around the boards. It nailed a stanchion and went right into his empty net.
Oh, that hurts. That hurts. Central Michigan with the puck here behind Mackey, trying to get it out in front of him so they can get the shot on, but doesn't do so, and West Virginia brings it out and tries to get into center ice. West Virginia trying to get it dumped back behind the Central Michigan goalkeeper, but great couple defensive plays there for Central Michigan as they are able to take it back into center ice. Right as Central Michigan crosses the halfway point, they get a shot on net and try to get that line switch, and they are able to do so. West Virginia trying to clear their zone here. Central Michigan cut off the clearance from West Virginia, and a couple dangerous plays here as Central Michigan gathers the puck in the slot, tries to get a shot on net, but it's cut off by a West Virginia defender.
The Mountaineers just fanned on the pass that they were trying to exit the zone with. It almost led to a goal. Penalty coming up for Central Michigan here.
West Virginia gathers the puck still at the other end of the ice, not letting Central Michigan get the touch, but Central Michigan ends up getting the touch, and we're going to have a power play for the Mountaineers.
And they'll just about close out this period with a power play. We got 52 extra seconds, and maybe a bit more. West Virginia's already 1 for 1 on the power play. You know Evangelista wants this. He wants that hat trick.
Yeah, he's definitely itching for it. He's had at least 2 to 3 shots since that second goal he had already.
And he would have had the third already, but his stick broke on when he took the shot, and that maybe it's not in the cards tonight. We'll see. He's got quite a bit of time left to get it.
Yeah, I mean, he got to that bench so quickly. You know he wants it because he wanted another stick as soon as possible so he can get some more shots out there. He's wrapping here around the back of the net of Central Michigan. Dishes it back out to the blue line. He's here out on the left wing, looking for the shot.
There it is!
Great shot out on the left wing for the hat trick and the West Virginia 4-2 lead in the game.
Now someone throw a hat out there. That's 3 for Evangelista. That's the hat trick, and right now he's pretty much single-handedly winning the Mountaineers this game.
Hey, how about that new hat you bought last night? You want to throw that out there?
I don't know. I like this hat. It's warm. It's cold up here. Might just have to hold on to this one. I'll start bringing extra hats to the game. I'll hand them out for people to toss.
Quite the turnaround in this second period today for West Virginia. We have 4 unanswered goals, 3 of which came from the same player. Big period here for the Mountaineers as they lose the face-off, and Central Michigan moves it into their zone.
Now don't quote me on it. That might be the fastest hat trick in West Virginia hockey history. That was quick.
Hey, if anyone's going to know it, it's going to be Quinn Kuski. But, like he said, don't take him on that. West Virginia trying to clear the puck here. Central Michigan cuts it off at the blue line. They have it in the slot, and they look for a shot. Great save by Mackey, who tries to cover it up, but his defenders clear it out before he's able to do so. West Virginia here with a little 2-on-1 press. They're looking to get and they look for the shot on, and that is a good save by the Central Michigan goaltender, who didn't even know where the puck was, and it was in his gut the whole time.
He had no clue he had that puck. He thought, if you notice, the very first place he turned and looked was in the goal. He had no clue where that puck was.
Hey, it doesn't matter if you know where it goes or not. It's still a great save regardless. And he has a face-off out in front of him to the left. 2 minutes left in this second period. Mountaineers leading 4-2. West Virginia with the face-off when they look for the shot from the blue line, but it's cut off before it is able to even get to the goal. West Virginia trying to keep Central Michigan out of their territory here, but Central Michigan is still able to get it in. But West Virginia quickly cuts it off, and they're now into center ice where they get into the Michigan territory, put a shot on, and it just goes wide. Mountaineers back with the puck in their zone, moving it into center ice. Finds a great outlet pass to try to get into Central Michigan's territory. He does so. Now West Virginia putting it into the slot, looking for the backhand shot, and it just goes wide.
Little Savardian shot there, going with the spin move.
West Virginia still with the puck with the shot, looking good from the blue line, but it just goes wide. West Virginia with the puck here, keeping it in Central Michigan's territory, having a great possession here, moving the puck around. They find it in the slot, but they're unable to get the shot off. He tries for the backhand shot again, but it is too weak, and the Central Michigan goaltender, it makes the save.
If at first you don't succeed, try again. I mean, it didn't work the first time, so why not go for it a second? And it's getting close. I mean, if that's your go-to shot, if you're Lane, keep trying it. It's almost there.
West Virginia tried to keep that puck in the Central Michigan territory, but it just crossed the blue line, and the referee was able to call offsides. 1 minute left here in the second period of the 4-2 lead between the West Virginia Mountaineers and the Central Michigan.
I see that right there. When it's me and Max up here, that's a squirrel bomb.
A squirrel bomb?
Squirrel bomb. Puck goes out of play, it's a squirrel bomb. You do a squirrel bomb counter. Don't forget, ladies, Max is on Tinder.
Rough play there. I think we have a Central Michigan player heading to the box. Looks like
their whistles work.
Oh, I mean, yeah, you should see Quinn Kuski's face over here. He's very surprised to see a penalty there. But anyway, we have a penalty on Central Michigan off the puck right there. Not quite sure exactly what they called, but regardless, the West Virginia Mountaineers have a 2-minute power play here, and they look to extend the lead to 5.
We need an Evangelista cam. He's got 2 power play goals already. He's got it now. He wants a 3rd.
He's dangerous on that left wing out there, so as long as they find him, that shot can go in very easily. He has the puck here on the left side. He looks to find the player at the blue line, and they try to put the shot on, and is unable to get there. It barely almost goes out of play, but it stays in, and West Virginia still has the puck, looking for Evangelista on the left side. They're able to do so, and he swings it back to the blue line, and they're trying to look for the shot. Evangelista here on the left side, trying to get it off, but good pressure on him. As soon as he's getting that puck out there, they're on him right away. So they might have put him in their game plan for the rest of the game here. Oh, he has the shot in the slot, and he's unable to put it on. Evangelista almost finding his 4th goal there with 22 seconds left in the second period. West Virginia putting into the slot. There's unable to get anyone there on the puck and find the shot. 16 seconds left with Evangelista here on the left side. He puts it into the slot, and Central Michigan cuts it off, and they clear the zone, and they're not able to get another shot on net. 5 seconds left in the period here, and the refs call a dead puck.
And that one offsides there. If Evangelista had put that home, without a doubt in my mind, he would have been the first player in West Virginia hockey's history to have a 4-goal period. That's never happened before.
Quinn Kuski updating you with these historical facts of West Virginia hockey right at the end of the second period. They decided to let the time run out without the puck even being in play for who knows what reason, but the refs don't seem to be following much of the rules tonight. So dead puck ends the period, and we'll go to the intermission with a 4-2 lead. Great period there for the Mountaineers. 4 unanswered goals after 2 unanswered from Central Michigan. We will be back for the third and last period. I'm Chris Breitmeter alongside Quinn Kuski.
So long.
We're back here for the third period of this matchup between the West Virginia Mountaineers and Central Michigan. West Virginia with a huge second period with 4 unanswered goals after 2 unanswered goals from Central Michigan. West Virginia with the puck here on this power play with 40 seconds left, trying to find a shot for the net to find that 5th goal early on in this third period. Central Michigan able to cut it off. They move the puck into center ice, and they now have a 2-1 breakaway. 1v0 breakaway here. Central Michigan with the shot, and there's a goal. Great breakaway there from Central Michigan, and they find the left side of the goal, and they're able to find that 3rd goal and bring this game 1 goal closer.
Yeah, Collins there, he sold out to try and intercept that pass and missed it. The second he missed that pass, you could kind of feel the goal coming, and his little shorty there for Central Michigan. That's a lot of momentum going their way to start this third.
Yeah, shorthanders are not very likely in hockey, but when they are found, they tend to turn the momentum very big in one team's direction, but West Virginia still with the 30 seconds left on the power play as they win this face-off here at center ice. West Virginia with the dump off into Central Michigan territory. They try to collect the puck back behind Central Michigan's goalie, and they're able to do so. 15 seconds left on this power play here in the third period with 19 minutes left. West Virginia here with the puck, trying to find a good pass so they're able to find a good shot on goal. West Virginia at the blue line. Delaney at the top of the slot looking for a shot. Delaney with the shot, and it's patted aside by Central Michigan's goaltender. West Virginia with 2 seconds left on the power play. They keep the puck in Central Michigan's territory, but the power play is up, and Central Michigan is now back to full strength.
Central Michigan just had 6 guys on the ice for a good 5 seconds there, and no call.
Another no call there by the referees. Quinn Kuski is having a very frustrating day with these referees. He has at least counted, 8 calls that have not been called here, but we're going to continue to play, and the Mountaineers will continue to hopefully carry this lead throughout the rest of the game.
And you can live with a not called trip here and there because it's going both ways, but you can't miss 6 men on the ice. They brought a guy off the bench, and then the guy came out of the penalty box, and he started playing too. It was a 6-on-5 for a good little bit of time there.
Unfair advantage there, not called by the refs. Central Michigan here with a little breakaway. They look for the shot on net, and it just goes up above West Virginia's glove of the goaltender. Mackey with almost a great save there, but it goes out wide. West Virginia fighting on the boards with Central Michigan here, trying to win the possession. They clear it into central ice where it's cut off by Central Michigan, who then dumps it back behind Mackey, and West Virginia gathers for possession. West Virginia dumps it into center ice where Central Michigan picks it up, and they hold possession, trying to find an outlet pass back into the West Virginia territory, and they're unable to do so. Central Michigan wrapping it back around their goaltenders back, and then they find the outlet pass all the way up into the blue line of West Virginia. Central Michigan here with the puck in West Virginia's territory, looking for a shot here. They have an awkward angle, and they try to get one on, but Mackey forces him wide and back behind the goal. West Virginia with the outlet here, moving it to center ice, trying to get it up, but Central Michigan's able to cut it off before it crosses half. West Virginia with the puck here back behind Mackey, trying to find an outlet pass. Pressured pretty high right now, trying to get it out, and they're able to get it to center ice. West Virginia, before getting into center ice, gets it cut off by Central Michigan, but West Virginia maintains possession. Central Michigan here holding the puck, resetting possession, and taking their time doing that. 4-3 here for the Mountaineers. We have 1 goal this period by Central Michigan. Momentum seems to be on their side a little more, but West Virginia's had a couple good breaks here, so you never know here what's going to happen in these last few games. West Virginia here with the shot here, and it is saved and squeezed in the chest of the Central Michigan goaltender.
That's a solid save there from Central Michigan. This is looking more like the first and the second period to me. West Virginia, they don't look like they want it right now. They came out in this period lazy, gave up the shorthanded goal, and it hasn't looked much better.
Yeah, looks like they thought they were going to come out into this period still having that momentum and not having anything to worry about, but even a 2-goal game with 20 minutes left is anybody's game, and they made it a 1-goal game now, so it's really anybody's game. West Virginia has to see themselves getting back into this thing. West Virginia with the puck here in their territory, trying to keep possession. Central Michigan dips off and takes away the pressure. Central Michigan with the puck here in center ice. They cut off a good little looking press from West Virginia, but they're unable to make anything themselves as West Virginia corrals their puck back behind Mackey, and they have time to see where they can go from here.
West Virginia just slashed the mess out of one of the Central Michigan players. That was in front of a ref too.
hey, as frustrated as it'll make us not getting the calls, they not giving them to them either. So at least
there's no calls going either way. So no harm, no foul, I guess.
At least they're keeping it even. West Virginia here with a dangerous play, and they try to get a shot on net, but it just goes over the right shoulder of the goaltender and over the net.
Well, we're ringing iron out here right now. West Virginia nailed the pipe with that shot.
Well, didn't quite hear that, but that's a good ear by Quinn Kuski there. I wasn't sure that hit the pipe. Central Michigan here trying to clear their end of the ice, but they're unable to do so as there's a scrum on the wall for the puck. West Virginia looks to have won it, and they corral the puck at center ice.
The Evangelista watch is on. He's got the puck, and he's entering the zone.
Evangelista trying to get the shot on. He wants that fourth really badly, but he's unable to get it.
Man, when Evangelista touches that puck, there are instantly 3 Central Michigan players all over.
Big ol' hit there for the captain of West Virginia right in front of their bench. Central Michigan players giving him an earful after that one, and it looks like we had a
that was the penalty.
There.
That hit was the penalty. That's the one.
What are we watching right now, my friend?
Well, that was clearly the most egregious thing that has happened over the last 5 minutes of this third period. There weren't any trips, there weren't any slashes, but that right there, can't do it.
But how do they call that after not calling half the stuff they've called? But they did, and there is a power play for Central Michigan here. Not a good spot for the Mountaineers.
Has there been? Now, some people who are on this broadcast, you've been following me for a few years. I don't like to rag on the referees. I'm not a fan of it, but this has been something else. There's been no rhyme or reason to what's been called and hasn't.
Yeah, I've never heard Quinn complain about referees in my time with him, but today it's a little different. As Central Michigan looks for the shot from the blue line, and it just goes wide. West Virginia trying to corral the puck here back behind their net. They're unable to do so, and Central Michigan keeps the puck. West Virginia here trying to fight for the puck on the board. They're unable to get it, and Central Michigan then puts it back up towards the blue line. Central Michigan with the puck here trying to get into the slot, and they're unable to do so. Great defense by West Virginia. West Virginia able to push up the puck into Central Ice, where Central Michigan picks it back up, and brings it back into the West Virginia territory. West Virginia trying their hardest to get that puck back and out of their zone with 1:10 left on this power play for Central Michigan. Central Michigan looking for a pass. He tries to wrap it back around Mackey, but he's unable to do so. Scrum on the boards here right in front of us. West Virginia trying to get that puck back, but great possession keep for Central Michigan. Still has it back behind Mackey now. Mackey's watching him go back behind the net, and they try to put a shot on Mackey, but he's able to keep it out.
Quick heads up, Shepard doesn't have a stick.
He's still skating around, though, trying to keep a little distraction on that puck, but West Virginia gets it out. 40 seconds left remaining on this power play, and they will try to keep it out as they get the line change, and they get some fresh skates on the ice. West Virginia here cutting off the puck at center ice, but Central Michigan did not let it get too deep in their zone, so they're able to bring it back up. West Virginia now with the shorthanded brings it into the Central Michigan territory, puts it on net, but great glove save there by Central Michigan goaltender.
It's a good little shorthanded opportunity there for Lane. He took the shot, and Central Michigan's netminder, he wasn't able to corral it at first.
Little two-way period here. Central Michigan's had a couple good chances, but West Virginia's been down on their end with a couple of chances themselves as Delaney looks to win this face-off here. Central Michigan here with the puck trying to get it out of their zone, but West Virginia quickly cuts them off. Central Michigan moving it now into the Mountaineer zone. Central Michigan still with the puck. They put it into the slot, but no player is able to get on it. But a Central Michigan player gets on it, but it just puts it wide. They try to put it back into the zone and are unable to do so, but they corral it by the blue line and try to put another shot on, but it's blocked by a West Virginia defender. West Virginia here now, sorry.
It was a good play by Evangelista right out of the box, able to block a shot from the point.
Evangelista doing it on both ends of the ice tonight. I'd have trouble not giving him the player of the game if West Virginia comes out on top in this one today.
And even if West Virginia doesn't come out on top, no one else has anything close to 3 goals, so absolutely. I think he'd still be first star.
3 goals and a decent defensive performance here for how do you say that?
Evangelista.
Evangelista.
What a name. It's a great hockey name. It really is.
Delaney trying to put that pressure up there and trying to get that puck out of the Central Michigan stick. Central Michigan putting that extra effort into the play, keeping it alive on the ice. West Virginia looking for that shot out from the blue line, but Central Michigan's goaltender is able to easily cover it, and we go for the face-off.
Evangelista might have gotten away with another one there. I didn't see it clearly, but I saw a stick go into skates and I saw a player go down. But I don't think that penalty's in the rule book today.
West Virginia with the face-off win and goes right towards the Central Michigan goaltender, who covers it again for another face-off.
That's cheeky. A little face-off shot is a real cheeky play.
Yeah, they learned it last period from the Central Michigan player winding up before the face-off was even dropped. West Virginia with another face-off win. They spread it out to the blue line. There's another stoppage of play. What do we have here, Quinn Kuski?
I thought they weren't going to call it. That was the most blatant hand pass I've ever seen in my entire life. The dude laid down on the ice and just threw it. I thought it wasn't going to get called. I was sitting here in disbelief. I mean, I was head down on the desk in front of us, just dying. I don't know what's going on anymore.
I'll tell you, Quinn Kuski is calling everything up here. I don't know how he's seeing it. I'm not seeing it. The refs aren't seeing it, but Quinn Kuski's seeing it. You should go start thinking about officiating, Quinn.
I don't want to have the pressure of this stuff going on. I'd much rather just sit up here and yell at him from the booth.
Sounds easy enough, doesn't it? West Virginia tries to clear their end back into center ice. Central Michigan puts it back into the West Virginia territory. And now it's just a scrum at center ice for the puck. Central Michigan here trying to get into that West Virginia territory again, but they're unable to do so as West Virginia gathers the puck and tries to find something up the ice. Quinn Kuski looking to have another face of disbelief where the referees miss another tripping call down on the ice.
It wasn't even tripping. It was just interference.
Oh, interference.
Someone just wiped someone else out right along the wing, well off of the place, right in front of a referee.
Central Michigan pushing up now into the West Virginia territory. West Virginia trying to keep them out, and they look to have a little break here. They have a 3v2 break. West Virginia now moving it up into the Central Michigan territory. They go for the dump instead of playing it up. I don't know why they don't take their advantage there, but looks like they still have a chance to keep that puck in the territory here.
Yeah, that line was just exhausted for West Virginia. It's a good offensive opportunity, but if you...
West Virginia with the goal. Quinn Kuski's talking. I'm sorry I could not cut in there, but West Virginia crosses the ice into the slot and gets a nice, beautiful backhand goal right above the right shoulder of the Central Michigan goalkeeper to extend the lead to 2 at 5-3 for the West Virginia Mountaineers.
And that's why Sable dumped it in there. He knew that him and the rest of his line was exhausted, so he went ahead and dumped it in because fresh legs are better than tired ones. Fresh legs get out there, and I believe that was Shepard that put it home, and that's his second of the game, so maybe double hat tricks here in Morgantown.
Yeah, one Mountaineer player there stayed on the ice and kept the pressure up before his teammates could get up and help him out. They were able to get up there and score another goal. Great play by the Mountaineers there. Mountaineers send a shot down behind the Central Michigan goaltender, and they gather the puck back around the other side. West Virginia here cutting off the puck before it leaves the Central Michigan zone, but it's able to still do so, and Central Michigan now pulls the puck all the way up into the West Virginia territory. Great defense there by West Virginia as they get back and cut off a dangerous play by Central Michigan. West Virginia here now with a 1v1 breakaway, looking to get another goal. They put the shot on net, and the great goalkeeper save, and another great goalkeeper save off the deflection, and they try to get another wraparound shot, and the defender lays in front of the goal, and they're unable to finish it again. Another 3 great shots by the Mountaineers, but even better defense by Central Michigan.
You tell him, man. You tell him.
What a defensive play. Number 16 for Central Michigan laid out across the goal line and saved what was for sure what would seal it for West Virginia. You go up 3 with under 10 to go. That's just about game over, but a huge play by Central Michigan, and that's a momentum builder for them, and we'll see what comes from it, but if they get one here pretty soon after that play, watch out.
Central Michigan on the face-off win there, but West Virginia quickly gathers the puck back behind Central Michigan's goalkeeper. Central Michigan with the puck, moving it up the ice here, crossing into center ice where it's cut off by the West Virginia Mountaineer player, who then dumps it back into the Central Michigan territory so the Mountaineers can get a line change. West Virginia still keeping that puck in the territory of Central Michigan. They try to get the quick shot on from the slot, but they're unable to do so. West Virginia pushing it back into Central Michigan's territory here. They're able to do so. They try to get the puck in the slot, but they are unable to keep possession, and it just goes out of the reach of the West Virginia player. West Virginia looking for the shot from the blue line to get deflected, but it gets deflected from the wrong player and goes out back towards the player who took the shot. West Virginia here trying to stop that puck before it leaves the zone, but it just gets across the line, and West Virginia is able to corral the possession in their territory and restart it all. West Virginia taking their time back behind Mackey here, letting their boys change maybe, and then coming back and try to get the puck out. Delaney looking to push up the center of the ice and trying to get that outlet pass to him. West Virginia crosses the blue line, looks for the shot, and it just goes wide. West Virginia with the second shot off of the wall, and it just gets blocker saved by the goaltender, Delaney here back behind the Central Michigan goal, tries to put it into the slot, but there's no one there for West Virginia, and they cut it off as Central Michigan now pushes it up the ice.
Yeah, Evangelista, he was sitting there with space. Delaney missed him on a couple of tries for him in the slot. That pass connects. He's got 4.
Evangelista still hungry for those goals after seeing the hats fly all over the ice for him today, but still trying to find it, and it doesn't look like he's going to get it there, but he's still going to look for it. West Virginia with the puck here behind Mackey. A little miscue there, and the Central Michigan takes it, tries to put it back in front of Mackey, but they're unable to do so.
It's a good smart play by Brennan right there just to get that out of danger.
West Virginia with a little pressure here from Central Michigan. Central Michigan cuts it off before it leaves the zone. Central Michigan looking with the shot from the slide, and it just gets booted wide from Mackey, and Mackey's able to make a great save there off the deflection too. West Virginia pushing up now, and looks like we're going to get an icing on West Virginia. Hey, Quinn, question here. If a team sends it up the ice and it is going to be called an icing and, say, 57 sneaks off and the refs notice it, can they call a penalty there?
They won't call a penalty, but they will tell him to come back onto the ice.
Okay, but they will notice it more than likely?
Oh, yeah. Once the one ref has his arm up, another ref starts watching the benches.
Sounds good. Delaney on the face-off win there after he tries to clear it out of the West Virginia zone. Central Michigan picking up the puck here back behind Mackey in a dangerous place, but West Virginia defender comes and takes it away quickly, and they look for the outlet pass trying to get into center ice. West Virginia in center ice here. They lose the puck, but Central Michigan picks it back up in center ice. West Virginia with the puck here in the neutral zone, trying to find a little slot so they can push the puck into the Central Michigan zone, and they find it, but they lose the puck back behind Central Michigan's goaltender. Central Michigan pushing it through neutral zone here. West Virginia's trying to check back and grab that puck back behind Mackey, but Central Michigan gets there first. West Virginia with time here now back behind Mackey. Time to look for a nice outlet pass, maybe get some line switches here, get some fresh legs on the ice. They don't do so, but they keep moving that puck, and they are looking to push into Central Michigan territory now. Puck drags along the boards back behind Central Michigan's goaltender. Central Michigan here trying to get this puck out of their zone. They do so, but West Virginia quickly cuts it off and finds an outlet pass all the way on the left side of the ice. They try to get a puck into the slot, but it is not able to be handled there by West Virginia. Couple refs getting in the way there of West Virginia trying to dump that puck back behind Central Michigan's goaltender. They're still able to keep possession as Central Michigan tries to put the pressure up on them.
Well, at least it's going both ways. I just watched 2 calls within the space of 30 seconds just not happen. We had a boarding on Central Michigan up in the West Virginia offensive end, and then coming back the other way, 2 players, a West Virginia player just took out Central Michigan's center.
See, as many fouls penalties as we're not seeing, we're not hearing a lot of complaints from either bench. So,
I think they've just accepted it for what it is.
Yeah, at this point, at least the refs are calling both sides, so keeping it even at least. Central Michigan tries to get that puck
was
in the
dangerous.
slot, but luckily none of the players were there to connect on it, and West Virginia gets lucky as they have the puck all the way up in Central Michigan's territory, but the referees call offside.
Now, West Virginia might be lucky that wasn't called an intentional offsides, because that was pretty blatant, but they're happy with just the offsides face-off right outside the blue line.
5:30 left here in the third period of this matchup between Central Michigan and West Virginia.
That was cute.
Central Michigan moving it up right in front of us here, trying to bang on the boards and trying to win that puck before West Virginia can take it away from them. Central Michigan's able to keep it and bring it back around Mackey, where they try to find a player by the blue line. They're able to do so. The blue line player puts it on from the blue line and is unable to get it past the goaltender. Central Michigan trying to find the slot pass here, and they get it in, but the shot barely misses right over the left shoulder of Mackey there in net for West Virginia. Central Michigan here with the big hit at center ice. They're able to get it just across the blue line here. They're going to try to put it just in the middle, but it is unable to do so, and it goes right behind Mackey. West Virginia with time here on the right side in front of us. Sloppy passes here by West Virginia as Central Michigan's able to take it over and try to get it back into the middle for them, but West Virginia's there again to cut it off. Central Michigan with the shot from the blue line, but it's cut off by a West Virginia defender. Central Michigan with the puck here, looks for the quick shot, and Mackey's able to cover it up.
Central Michigan is winning the 50-50 puck battles about 80% of the time right now, and we got a little scrappy going on the rink right now. You know,
A little scrappy?
Yeah, just a little scrappy. Scrappy dappy do.
Scrappy dappy do out here in Morgantown. Scrappy dappy do we do have. 5-3 here for the Mountaineers. 4:22 left. I'd like to think this is looking good for the boys, but there's still enough time for Central Michigan to sneak one in. But I think this is looking good for the boys if they can carry this out. What do you think, Quinn?
I like their chances, but you can't let emotions take over, and that's what we just saw after that whistle. And luckily there aren't rules in this game, so that wasn't a penalty. But if there were, you could be looking at a power play for Central Michigan.
Oh. Interesting hockey game today, folks. Thank you for following along with us. We got 4 minutes left here as Mountaineers send it down the ice, and they get the icing called on them.
I swear there were more penalties when I used to play hockey in my cul-de-sac in Virginia Beach.
There were no referees out there, I'd assume.
No, it was call your own.
West Virginia with the face-off win. They send it back all the way down to the other end, and it looks like, nope, it does not get far enough to be an icing. Central Michigan still with the puck, though. Central Michigan with a great outlet pass into the neutral ice. They find the player going into the West Virginia zone, but the West Virginia defense does it again and cuts it off for another great defensive play. We have an uncalled penalty right in front of the ref. I'm literally watching the referee look down at the play as it happens, and they do not want to call it. Quinn Kuski, that might have been the real first one that I actually saw there. I don't know
How could
what
you
that
miss
was.
it?
He's looking down at the play and decides to call nothing.
Hey, I mean, if you just want to pull people down behind the play, let's just pull people down.
I think these referees want to go home, man. No wonder they're starting the periods early every time. As Central Michigan looks for the shot, and it's batted wide.
I think I know what it is. Me and Max were talking about it before when the refs weren't calling anything dead. One of these refs has a hot date after this game.
A hot date at midnight. Interesting.
Hey, if she wants to come over and watch some Netflix, you better make sure that hockey game's over.
What are you going to say, no?
Exactly.
Central Michigan with a couple dangerous plays on their end. Their goalie comes behind to try to stop the puck forward his defender, but he's met by a West Virginia player. Central Michigan is able to still clear it out and send it down the ice where the referees call icing, and we're going to be going back to the other end.
If you're West Virginia, you want to get one more here. Although, if you don't get one more, Central Michigan will pull the goalie. I say you get Evangelista out there and let him get 4. Or you put Shepard out there and let him get his hat trick.
Delaney on the face-off loss there. Central Michigan moving it up into the West Virginia territory, and there's almost an own goal there off the skate of a West Virginia player, but it just goes past the post. West Virginia with a great save off a backhand shot from Central Michigan in the slot, and we're going to have a face-off right in front of Mackey.
And Central Michigan taking advantage of... Really, it's one of my mottos of hockey. It's never a bad play to just throw the puck into the slot. You never know what could happen. It bounces like 8-9 times, finds its way in the back of the net, and right there you saw it. He just threw it into the middle. His player couldn't make a play on it, but it almost went off West Virginia's defense and in the net.
Yeah, one thing about hockey, those pucks bouncing, those deflections, anything can go in this sport. You get a puck on anything and it most likely can go in. The amount of shots I've seen in the NHL that go 4 feet wide and hits off a player's stick and somehow still ends up in the puck, in the net, the puck in the net. It's unbelievable.
When you also, at the NHL level, you'll have set plays for things like that. They'll intentionally shoot it wide and shoot for that deflection. And it's the hand-eye coordination of some of the guys at that level is truly mind-boggling. We got a Central Michigan timeout here. They're going to try to figure it out. And if you're Central Michigan here, you got an offensive zone draw upcoming. You're down by a pair. You got 2:28 left in the third. Might be goalie pull time. Yeah. Thinking, maybe you bring out 6. We'll see what they're doing. I don't see the goalie on the ice. Or no, there he is. He's in the back of their group. We'll see. I think this is the point you pull him.
I'd love to see a little pre-face-off wind-up like we saw earlier.
Yeah, he's going back in the net for now. They definitely, you definitely take that time out right there. They're game planning when they want to pull him. They told him about the time frame to start looking to the bench. So I'm gonna say if they're not pulling him now, start looking for him to take off about somewhere between 145 and 130. He's going to want to be off the ice. Okay. Give yourself around 90 seconds, 100 seconds to get 2 goals with 6 on 5.
Central Michigan looking to win a solid possession off this face-off here. They're unable to do so as West Virginia tries the hand pass, but the referee is quick to be on it.
Well, if the call was a hand pass there, that's another blown call. There is no hand pass in your own defensive zone.
I wonder what he was calling there, but it happened right after the hand pass, and I guess we'll see.
We just got a penalty.
Interesting.
I didn't catch the play. What did you see, Chris?
So I saw a face-off win, and the puck dribbles right back behind the West Virginia player. Another player comes in, gets on his knee, and gives a little scooting pass with his hand to
my guess would be, if they're calling a penalty there, he placed his hand over the puck, which you can't do. You can slap it along, but you can't put your hand over the puck and conceal it. Okay. It's the same reason why when they missed the call earlier, when the guy closed his hand around the puck has to remain visible if you're making a play on it. And if you close your hand over the puck or catch the puck and close your hand around it, both of those situations are a penalty. So my guess would be that is the call.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure if his hand was over it. It looked pretty clean to me, but as far as these refs have been this game, I don't think we really need an explanation.
We're just making it up as we go.
Central Michigan winning the puck there, and they find it in the slot, but unable to get a solid shot on net. They still have the puck back behind Mackey, and they try to put it out in front where West Virginia picks it up and changes all the way into neutral ice. 1 minute, 40 seconds left on this power play.
If I'm Central Michigan, when this puck gets reestablished in the zone, you pull the goalie, get a 2-man advantage.
Absolutely. Bad timing for that West Virginia power play. We didn't get to talk about that, but it's not the time you want a power play, absolutely, and you want to keep this one out if you can. Central Michigan here dropping the puck back right to the left side of Mackey. They try to find it in the slot, and they're unable to do so. Central Michigan with a shot from the blue line, and there's a goal! Right over the shoulder of Mackey. Unlucky. Central Michigan ties it up early on that power play, and that's exactly what they wanted to look to happen.
Yeah, now you trail by 1. You still got 1:45. Now you can wait a little bit longer to pull the netminder. So,
are they establishing a possession here and then pulling him? What do they want to do here?
You probably got about 45 seconds before you even want to pull him now, because you only need 1. So we can't even drop the puck right anymore.
Goodness, man. Goodness. What are all these whistles? Center ice face-off here. West Virginia's unable to win it. Central Michigan now pushing the puck into the West Virginia University territory. Central Michigan gets there before the other player, but he doesn't go for the puck, instead goes for the player, and West Virginia picks it up and now is all the way in the other side of the ice. Central Michigan players look to like to play the man instead of the puck, and that has lost them the puck twice, but they still retain it here now in center ice. West Virginia quickly cutting that off, dipping it down into Central Michigan territory, where Central Michigan finds it first.
You're now at the point for Central Michigan. If you establish possession, you're pulling the goalie.
Looks to be here what they're doing right now as they cross into West Virginia territory. Find the cross-ass pass. and they're unable.
There's
to
the goalie. There he goes.
shot on net.
Net's empty on one
tries
end.
One from blue line, and they're unable to get it on goal. Central Michigan goalkeeper is out. Now we have a 6v5 advantage here for Central Michigan. West Virginia trying to clear that puck up the ice and are unable to do so. West Virginia trying to get that puck out. 34 seconds left here. 5-4 here for West Virginia. Central Michigan in dangerous territory of West Virginia. West Virginia doing whatever they can to keep this out on the 6v5 man advantage for Central Michigan. Central Michigan with the shot again from the blue line, trying to get the deflection, but they're unable to get it. West Virginia still keeping it out. 17 seconds left here in this last little bit of the period. Central Michigan trying to get it back in front of Mackey Wright, and they're not able to do so. They still have the puck out by the blue line. 9 seconds left on the clock. They switch it over to the other side of the ice. Switch it back again. Look for the shot on Mackey, and they're unable to get there as the West Virginia defender cuts it off. West Virginia with 2 seconds left on the clock, and it looks like they are going to play it out and get a great West Virginia University win here for the Mountaineers. I'm Chris Breitzmeter on the call today. Quinn Kuski, how do you think they worked this game out and were able to come out with a win today?
Forsyth saved that game. He's 58 in yellow, blocked a shot on the one-timer from the slot. Mackey wasn't over there yet. That's going to go in. Forsyth gets down and blocks it from point-blank range. Sometimes you got to take one for the team. He took that one, makes a great play, and just like that, West Virginia's going home. Winners 5-4 against Central Michigan.
Got a little ahead of myself there, but after that great content from Quinn Kuski, I am Chris Breitzmeter on the call of today's West Virginia win against Central Michigan. Thank you for coming out. Again, Chris Breitzmeter alongside Quinn Kuski. We will see you tomorrow here in Morgantown for West Virginia hockey.